Welcome, fifth grade parents and caretakers. We're glad you're here. Because this is such a crazy year, we are going to be doing this virtual. Grab yourself some coffee if you're watching this in the morning, or an adult beverage if it's in the evening, or whatever you'd like. The next two slides I'm going to just let you watch on your own, or look over it, the content area that we will be discussing today. And this should be very familiar, why we would really like every child to read at least 20 minutes at home per day. So if you look at student A, they read 20 minutes per day. You can see how much more successful they will become, most likely, than somebody who reads 5 minutes per day or even 1 minute per day. So I'll keep this up for a couple more seconds, and we will continue on.
Hello everyone, I'm Li Lao Shi, your child Chinese classroom teacher. As past year I did, this year I will still be teaching Chinese language arts, part of math curriculum in Chinese and science in Chinese. So first, let's look at the reading part. Besides classroom and the school library, this year we still use Level Chinese as our online reading resource. This website includes different genres of Chinese books with different levels. Students can do online assessments and assignments. I will determine instruction levels, identify and differentiate teaching ways based on students' learning needs. For Chinese reading, I suggest and encourage students to read at least 20 minutes at home on Chinese days, since great amounts of reading offer students a wider range of vocabulary and grammar, which further helps students improve their Chinese reading comprehension skills and reading levels. To improve students' comprehension levels, besides a great deal of reading, effective reading strategies is also significant. Because of unique situation, we won't use a whole group or small group instruction, but we will use read aloud, guided reading, and independent reading instructions instead of other two. We provide these resources and learning strategies is not only to motivate students to read more Chinese books, model fluency, develop understanding of story structure, but also foster their excellent reading habits, help students build their Chinese vocabulary, encourage high levels of understanding, and teach the reading process in a meaningful context. Chinese writing. Fifth grade will focus on 4 categories: poem, narrative writing, descriptive writing, and friendly letter. So we all know that students have learned lots of Chinese words since kindergarten. However, many students still use basic and low-level Chinese words in their writing. So this year, besides learning forms, structures, and skills of these 4 writing categories, students will also learn and grasp the ways of how to appropriately use 5th grade level and advanced Chinese grammar and words in their Chinese writing. Regarding the homework, writing assignments is once a month or bi-weekly homework. It really depends on the topics and the difficulty. Chinese speaking. Compared with lower grades, 5th grade students will miss half of time practicing spoken language, since they will be in English classroom one day and in Chinese classroom another day. Every time when students switch beams from English side, they speak English more than Chinese. To encourage students to speak more in Chinese, besides the daily speaking and the presentation opportunities, I also arrange different time slots for students to practice spoken languages. According to different topics, pictures, recordings, and videos, students will think, discuss, and organize their sentence, and then describe or present the content. This year, I add another engaged activity, news broadcasting. Each week, students need to search one news happened recently or do a research regarding a topic they are interested about, and then verbally share the news in the video and submit it to morning message assignment. Other Chinese resources. We will still be using eChinese for classroom instruction, homework, and enrichment learning in 5th grade. For eChinese learning materials, we have switched from digital access to paper copies for all students. This year, we have new version of textbooks and activity books, and they will be used in class to assist reading comprehension skills. Quizlet is another online learning resource. All 5th graders already joined in my class, so they have the access to preview, learn, and review Chinese words at any time. Chinese assignments and assessments. Students will take about 4 weeks to learn and review a unit, and for each week, students will have Chinese homework only on Chinese days. So let's look at those 4 weeks homework. Week 1 homework, students need to review words on Quizlet and complete the vocabulary sheet. Generally, there are about 30 characters, and every other day, students only need to complete half of the characters. Week 2 homework, students need to do handwriting practice. So write each word one time with pinyin. And we have a Quizlet words review. Record reading the textbook story and answer some questions on the activity book. On week 3, students need to complete a Chinese writing, which based on the topics of the unit they learned. And they also need to make a video show their memorization of the words they learned. They may also do some grammar practice at school and also at home. For week 4, students will have spelling test and a comprehension test. During the week, students need to review all words and grammar at home, and there is less homework, even no handwriting homework for that week. Usually, students will take less than 30 minutes or 40 minutes to complete their work for a day.
For English reading, we are continuing to use the curriculum Making Meaning. We will explore many genres of literature through a variety of reading experiences. Read aloud, I'm currently in the chapter book Towers Falling. We'll have whole group instruction and independent reading. So it's really important and critical that your child has a book to read independently. That's a good fit for them. The reading experiences will focus on word recognition, analysis, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension, and literature. Every week, your child gets a new set of vocabulary words that they will show what they know with a variety of different projects, whether they create an iMovie, if they use clips, if they use Pick-EDU, if they write a story using them. The ideas are endless, but at least once a week they need to work on the vocabulary words and show me that they understand what they mean. The most important part for reading that I will be helping your child with is conferring with readers to make sure that they are reading the right fit book for them. And when I meet with them, I will guide them to focus on the comprehension and whatever reading skill we have for the week. Getting to know students as readers is pertinent in their reading growth. So I really need to meet one-on-one with each child and listen to them read, have them discuss what they're reading, and like I said, looking at the comprehension writing skills that we've been focusing on for the week. For English and Chinese reading, the expectations at home, we use the 2010 model for immersion program. Now, this is the minimum. I know many students read a lot more than 30 minutes per day, but we're asking them to read 30 minutes per day. If their day is a Chinese day, they read 20 minutes at least in Chinese and 10 in English. And if it's an English day, they read 20 minutes in English and 10 in Chinese, making sure that they have a balance of English and Chinese. Books are available from the classroom library as well as the Eisenhower's library. We have many digital options for students if they go through ClassLink, and they can read books from home, the public library, on their Kindle or electronic devices. It just got brought to my attention that Epic ends at 4 o'clock unless you have a membership. So if I ever given an assignment that has them listen to or read a book on Epic, they're going to need to do that assignment by 4 o'clock. The curriculum we use for language arts is being a writer in English. Students hear and discuss examples of good writing. They write original pieces in a variety of genres. They will learn to take a piece of writing from an idea to a first draft to a final published piece. Many of the pieces that they start will not become published. Most of them will not. So after a couple weeks of writing different types of writing, they are going to choose one and start from an idea and then go through a first draft and final draft and then to a published piece. So every day they should be writing at home. And that is why I make sure that the students bring all 3 English notebooks home. Their math, their English, reading and social studies, and their writing. Every day students should be writing in their notebook. While I am meeting with each student, we are working on grammar, punctuation, and spelling instruction. That's a big part of the process. Just like with reading, the one-on-one meetings are very important for me to recognize students' strengths and areas for growth. This year for spelling, we are going to be using Words Their Way. This is a differentiated spelling program. Every student gets what they need. I have tested them at the beginning of the year to see what they know and what they don't know, and I have continued to create lessons for each group of students or each student. Every English day, their spelling test will be given. New sorts will be taught after their spelling test and sent home. Students should practice about 4 to 5 times during the week, and this is all done at home. In the spelling module, if you go to Canvas, they will give other ideas on how to practice the spelling. All students have gone there and viewed the videos, but they might need a refresher, or maybe the adults would like to go and see how they can help their child practice the spelling. For math, the curriculum we use is Singapore math. We do not use everyday math. Units covered, I won't list them all, but there will be 1 unit in English that I am teaching and 1 unit in Chinese that Li Laoshi will be teaching at the same time. It's crucial that your child watches the video and learns the new concept at home. They will be learning 2 new concepts at home, 1 in Chinese and 1 in English. We really need them to watch those videos and take notes if they need to and practice at home. What's great at home is you can rewind the video if you don't understand something. If your child is falling behind, we will discuss this at conferences. Many of the students are struggling with this, just finding the need or watching the videos and working independently when they're at home during the day.
Science, one of students' favorite subjects. There are 3 units, including Earth, Physical, and Life Science. Specifically for the Earth Science, students will learn different landforms, weathering, map, and 3D models. For Physical Science, students will learn different symbol machines and their functions, such as wedge, inclined plane, lever, and pulley system. For Life Science, students will learn plants, animals' life cycle, the relationship between human beings and the environment, how to balance the ecosystem. Students will also learn STEAM units, which combines technology, engineering, arts, and math with science. Students used to do many science experiments based on different topics during the school time, but for this year, students may need to take more time at home to complete their projects. In addition, I really encourage students to review science knowledge and get more related science information from other resources, books, website. Since students may still have science MC tested this year. BrainPop is a very good study website. I already gave students their username and a password. So after each lesson, they can search the relative topics to learn and review in English. They also can do the quiz on the BrainPop.
For social studies, I will be teaching many different areas of America's past. And they are listed right there, so I will let you read them. We are currently learning about maps, and the students seem to really enjoy learning about maps. And I apologize, I copied and pasted this from the Hopkins standards, and I see that they did not capitalize North American and American, so I apologize. That drives me nuts, especially being an English teacher. Maybe the font they were using was all caps, though. So that's what we'll be covering in social studies. Due to the unique year that we are experiencing, many of the field trips will not happen, or we will try to do them virtual. Starbase, we will be doing this virtually. Virtually, we're going to be sending home information to work on at home. So Starbase is a STEM-related activities. And I was also approached by Xcel Energy, and they have a Think Energy program where I send information home and students and parents can work on activities together. And this is completely optional, but look for that information coming home very soon.